Starting recording again. Hey, welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm Alex. This is the Star Trek New Horizons mod for Stellaris. We are playing as the United Federation of Planets still, and we're dominating all the things ever. The Borg seem to be moving in on... I mean, they've surrounded the Voth, so they have taken Kravik Imperium planets. They're doing pretty well over here. Their rate of expansion, once we hit the phase where we don't have any more free systems to take over, their rate of expansion might pass our own, just because they have a constant casus belli against everyone around them, whereas we do not. I'm not as concerned as I once was about the size of their navy, because our fleet capacity is now over 1,000, or naval capacity is now over 1,000, but I'm still not 100% on it. So there are other things you can do besides accession talks, and I do want to highlight that. Diplomatic outreach to neighboring worlds can make it easier to add people to the Federation. Mediating a dispute can be good between making somebody in your Federation like another power more to get them into the Federation. Reacting to a galactic conflict, honestly, I don't know what this does. Establishing a neutral zone, say I wanted a neutral zone with the Romulans or some other xenophobic empire, it would create
to live than to die.
A area of space between us that neither of us could colonize, I think, but it would get rid of this border friction penalty, thus making it easier to add them eventually into the Federation. Adjusting your research focus, I think, gives certain bonuses. Let's click on it. So, the pursuit of you get, okay, for 2 years, which is how long it takes between councils, you get improved output. Not a significant amount. You can also fund member world research programs, which gives you access to technologies you could not otherwise get. Like the Andorians would give us coefficient phasers, or Ushan ligation, word of the prophets from the Bajorans. This gives unique weapon available to Andorians, improves the morale of our armies, gives the solar sail propulsion system and a unique army, reduces the cost of upgrading our vessels. Well, this is worth taking a look at. But central mainframe wonder. Unique central mainframe wonder. That's intriguing, actually. Xenology department. The special xenological center building. Rules of acquisition gives us the Ferengi trade policy. The Great Material River gives the sacred marketplace wonder, as well as the ability to hire mercenaries. Oh, that's cool. Ritualized debating improves faction influence gain within your empire. Fuck. This would have been so nice earlier on. The Trill give us better leaders, ships, and armies in terms of experience. We can have particle phasers, which are a Vulcan weapon, and we get the Vulcan Science Academy, which could be quite good as well. All of those sound very cool. If we mediate a dispute... yeah, but no, not doing it. Federation-wide ship construction method. Currently we use Starfleet construction methods, but we can hop on Andorians, which would give us better weapon damage at cost of hull points and shield points. Ferengi, which is better evasion. Really? That's tempting. No, less tempting now, but early on that's very tempting. More evasion at cost of ship hull points and hit points. Tellarites just make everything cheaper. Vulcans give you more damage, more ship hull points and shield hit points, but more expensive ships. We would be losing 10% ship hull and hit points in exchange for 10% weapons damage and 20% less combat disengagement chance. We would also have ship speed 5% cheaper if we went with Vulcan construction methods. It's kind of tempting, but I'm just staying away from it. My point being, there's stuff you can do that we are not doing. Instead, taking advantage of the influence we have, we are integrating the Wiridian Diaspora. Yeah, we are definitely doing the Wiridian Diaspora because they are over here and huge. And high-intensity negotiations. We'll try to lock this down.
Construction complete.
Give me Mo. Mo, Mo, Mo. And give me Amin. I don't have enough. So now I'm feeling like, oh, maybe I should have gone with the Tellarite thing. It's fine. Now I know that as soon as I form the Federation, the first fucking thing I should do is go for that Tellarite tech, because it increases influence points we get from factions, and even a low trickle of that early on would be pretty significant. You are authoritarian? Really? Really? I guess you are. Weird that you wanted to be my... Alright, well, we got ways of dealing with this. I'm not proud of it, but we got ways of dealing with this. Now, you know what? For now, support local initiatives. Moderate chance to shift them towards egalitarianism. Did it work? Not really. Should have saved up. I should have looked at what their traits were before spending all of our influence. Yeah, well, that's okay. That'll slow down integration noticeably, but that's okay. There may be more to kill up here, but I'm not seeing it. I think you may be done for now. Ooh, dang. Oh, it's been 10 years. No, maybe not 10 years, but a whole bunch of continental worlds can now be colonized. You're no longer marginal. Third Fleet moving on to Dietrich. And with the fall of Dietrich, we are, except for Heenman here, but that's not settleable by us yet, we're done. So we can take our ships, go back home, and start cleaning up little things like the Urtok system. The Second Fleet, I think I'm going to decommission it. So I'm going to not upgrade any star bases or undertake any big expenses. Gonna try to start saving up minerals so we can buy a second heavy escort fleet, because they look really good. Optical sensors isolated a cluster of shapes on the barren surface of Etter 6A that could be buildings. It's a Class D planetoid.
Survey complete. Technology discovered.
Danube class runabout, so that's worth taking a look at. I don't know what exactly those do for us, probably not much, but they seem, well, they're new. Let's go with next stage quantum torpedoes. Yeah, let's go with that. Ship designer. Runabout. Okay, the runabouts are actually a standalone class. They're tiny, they're cheap. Are they any good? I guess. I guess they're good. Let's pop in some modulated phasers here. Rapid fire. I think making these rapid fires actually worsen the DPS. What's your accuracy? 80%, your accuracy is 70%, tracking is 70, or 85, your tracking is 70. Oh, so these have so much better tracking than the gravimetric shear torpedoes. They have a shorter range, average damage is lower. Yeah, I'm sticking with the photon torpedoes. Huh. Why would I want runabouts? I mean, I get they're a thing in canon, right? They're a thing that you'd want to see, but what purpose do these serve? Like, I could make them a little evadey. Maybe they're really fast? I don't know. Let's save this design and take a look at it. Challenger? No. Venture? Magellan? Give me a name that's not currently used. You can do it. Liberty, Magellan, Liberty, Challenger, Clark, Magellan, Columbus, Challenger. Okay. Hudson. That is an explorer whose name you are not using. The Hudson class of ship. If we were to use it, and I'm not saying I am, runabouts. They're cheaper than patrol frigates. How fast? They're so fast! 203 speed. Okay, yeah, it's got something to it. Ship size is 2, so if you really wanted to go with a swarm approach, for some reason, if that's something you wanted to do, I guess that is what runabout class ships are for. Their damage is 13. Yeah, I mean... Oop. That seems like a crash. Because that is a crash. Quit happening once per hour. So they, if I were to be going with a fast-moving swarm, that would probably be the best way to do it, is use Danube-class runabouts, at least from what we have so far. But I'm not crazy about them. They're fast, which is cool. But they're tiny, and the micromanagement of having to replace them every time they're lost is a grueling thought. And I imagine their evasion wasn't actually all that high. I'd check, but I can't. It's a pity you can't send bug reports to the mod makers. Like there's the built-in functionality of the Stellaris launcher and the EU4 launcher and Hearts of Iron launcher and etc., that if the game crashes, you can send a bug report to Paradox, which is great, very helpful. It'd be also helpful if you could copy that bug report and send it to the mod team of different mods that you were playing, saying like, oh hey, here's the string that caused this to crash, here's the line of code that was problematic here, fix that, or take this into consideration, keep an eye on it. That's okay. You can look locally, and I guess it's possible then for players to generate crash reports on their own if you go and look at certain files in the your document section. Yeah, I think that's where your crash reports are localized for Stellaris, and you can look at exactly what lines of code and what files were causing problems or the game was having issue with. So you could do that, but that would be a really cool way to support modders, is by making it even easier for players to report problems to mod teams. I haven't looked into it, and I'll make a note to myself that after I'm done streaming, I'll go and crack those files open for myself and see what's going on. Look at crash reports. That's probably nothing I can do anything about, but I'm like 99% sure it has to do with this being an old version of Stellaris that this was started on, and an old version of the mod that this was started on. And I know I keep repeating that every time it crashes, but I'm like 80% sure it's my fault that it's crashing because of that, not the mod author's fault. You never know. At least reloading the game reloads the AI every time. I've noticed that if you reload the game more often, the AI is more likely to declare more wars. We renamed the Hudson, right? That didn't get saved? No, this didn't even finish. Ah, okay, we're set back a month. Fair enough. Pop that on fastest. And I'm not going to pause to do anything with the Danube class runabout because it's cool, but I'm not going to use it. Let's go for the cheapest thing here. This is cheap, this is cheap. Ooh, more minerals, that could be nice, but better mineral storage capacity will make it easier for me to buy big fleets all in one go rather than in small pieces, which I appreciate. Intergalactic Health Organization. It's cool. Population growth speed is nice, but I don't think it's worth dedicating a whole tile to. Man, the Niberite Alliance got some goofy borders going on. Right, dope sovereignty. Okay. It doesn't offer me anything, but it's rare. So I'm gonna get it. I'm going to do it. Even though description work in progress, this may or may not do anything. In fact, I'm more likely to believe sovereignty doesn't do anything. I'm still going for it because it's rare and it may not show up again. I have a very effective research philosophy. Do we have it? No? Is it rare? Get it. Is it worth it? Doesn't matter. It's rare. Gotta get all the techs. Gotta get them all, man. Okay. Wow. We are down to 5 destroyers. I didn't even notice them. I'm like, okay, I see our battleships, but not our destroyers. We might not even be able to decommission the destroyer fleet. Might just die. Which means Merritt Glover should probably be removed from this. Sublight speed bonus, weapons range bonus. Yeah. Well, you're getting unassigned. I like you. Get unassigned. Yeah. I don't want you to die. Unusual tectonics. What the USS Grisham found on Etter 6A were not buildings, but surprisingly regular mineral outcroppings. Jonathan Esteban asserts that these angular blocks of rock are the product of interactions between tectonic plates. Their shapes are a result of unusual technophysics, inherent tectonophysics. Is that a real word? It's an excellent word. Tectonophysics inherent in the planet's crust. The perfect angularity of these thrust faults implies a possibility of aliens tampering with Etter 6A's crust at some point in the past. What a word.
War has broken out.
Kobali have declared war on the Vadwar. Brave. So the Kobali, if I remember correctly, yeah, they are in a coalition with the Vendamar and the Sovereign Hirogen. Well, the Hirogen. So that means the Vadwar are actually at war with the...
Complete.
Oh fuck, they're at war with the Kobali, the Norcadian Harmony, the Sovereign Hirogen planets, the Vendamar states, and the Borg. I didn't realize they were at war with the Borg. Are you allied with someone, or... Ah, you are guaranteeing the independence of the Prey-War Auxiliary Kravik Imperative and Talaxian Commonality. So, when the Borg decided to declare war with the Kravik Imperative, the Defenders are technically... no, they're losing this war. So you got dragged into this. The opportunistic Kobali, seeing that their rivals in the Vadwar were getting depleted by the Borg, are now moving in. This is potentially hopeful in that maybe this coalition, if it grows enough, could get to the point where it could take on the Borg, or at least hold off the Borg successfully. I don't think they will. From the evidence I've seen, the Borg just overrun everything eventually. But I would be very happy to be wrong about that. We are colonizing the Crest system, so I'm going to upgrade this starbase, because this last stop before the end of the universe, effectively. Starbases really help lock down areas for control, and we, you know, don't have any, really.
Complete.
We could build Hawking observatories here. Fuck. Wow, look at that output. 22 physics output if we built starbases around black holes. The only problem is we wouldn't be able to get the energy upkeep. Yeah, that is tempting though. 22 physics is Well, it's not nothing. So the Morale refugees from the Husnock Ascendancy have arrived in our space. Does that mean the Husnocks are... Oh! They beat the Morale. Okay. Hey Fremen, you are a tributary under the... I kind of want to guarantee your independence, but it's not going to happen. Who dis? Oh, McDaniels. This is a very interesting name. So, Morale, huh? You, on the receiving end of a little bit of genocide, it looks like. Sorry, guys. That's rough. On the other hand, fleet manager, make me a fleet, new fleet, yeah, assign it a home base on Jupiter Station, give me a bunch of heavy escorts, start building it. Ooh. Ooh, the third fleet had to retreat from Dietrich. Well, I'll be damned. That's not what I expected to happen. I expected this to continue to be fairly one-sided. What? Well, it may be that our ships completely lack point defense. Maybe Stellaris weapons are better than I'm giving them credit for? I don't know. That's interesting. Alright, the Loradian diaspora are still... Oh, you're militarists. Well, get pacifistic, yo? Oh, wow. Yeah, you're pacifist materialist. You're not even authoritarian anymore. Got him! It's great. You wish to give the Klingon Empire association status. Hell yeah, man. Get the Klingons in my Federation, please. Make them easier to integrate. Mo. Okay. Done with Mo. So, it seems like now that the bonuses have really started to kick in as we've gotten later and later into the game, the AI have started doing more and more. There have been more wars, I've been seeing people more meaningfully expand and reach out, so presumably, if you play in a harder difficulty than I did initially, more interesting stuff would likely happen. Oh hey, who did? The Klingon want to be our protectorates. Welcome aboard, Klingon Empire.
You honor my house. You honor...
Hell yeah.
Technology discovered.
Okay, lots of stuff just happened. The barren and lifeless world of Galvin 3 is showing signs of having once supported a biosphere. Research it, Ancient Science of Life. We've got Higgs inertial dampers, which is crazy exciting. Ooh! Temporal mechanics. Temporal mechanics, or temporal science is an advanced field of research involving interactions between matter and energy with the space-time continuum. More specifically, temporal mechanics is a study of time itself. We would unlock temporal Spitfire. Cycling temporal energy through weapons banks drastically increases the rate of cooling available, resulting in more rapid rate of fire, which increases fire rate by 18%. That's real good, actually. I will definitely go for that.
Survey complete.
Walter Raleigh. I'm so tempted just to say survey whatever. I don't want to micromanage this anymore. But not yet. I'm still gonna micro a little bit. But we're about to the point where we're going back on auto survey. Huh. Wow, okay, well, fourth fleet, this is your chance. If you manage to destroy both of those fleets on your own without losing any ships, I will be sold on having entirely heavy escort fleets. and get rid of the battleship fleet. I like the battleships. They, for a while, seemed to be a good core, but as soon as they became the main subject of the attacks focus against them, they fucking crumbled. So my opinion has been depreciated. I'm just disbanding the destroyer fleet altogether. It's a sad day, but, well, it needed to happen. Terraforming candidate discovered. Ah! Our detailed survey of Galvin 3 has revealed that it once may have supported life in the distant past. There are significant deposits of frozen water at the polar ice caps and beneath the planet's surface. The existence of valley networks suggests water may have once flowed freely. The energy cost would be daunting, but we do have the technology to gradually transform this planet into something that would support life once again. We're just gonna do that immediately. It's not within our borders. Wah, 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 I'm not gonna do that at all, is what I meant. That'll have to wait till later. It's definitely what I intended to say there. Not immediately. Nope. That's okay. Yeah, the 3 black holes here, Sagittarius A, Zulbach's Maw, and Ferric's black hole, and the Her black hole, and, okay, so 5. That would give us 150... or how much? Hawking. Oh, you don't even show me the Hawking Observatory. You would. How much would the Hawking Observatory produce? 22? It would produce 100 more, so it's not nothing. That would be noticeable. Really tempting, actually. Tempting enough to tear down 5 star bases. Actually, yeah, but I'm not going to because of the energy output that they give and the other uses for energy output that the game has. Once this is... Sorry, wrong fleet. Okay. You are producing 4, 8. You are producing all 8. Dope. Now we can go into planets and sectors. Not the right one. Expansion planner. I want to look at 60% geocrystalline. Can I can't terraform this. Can I? No, not yet. I was gonna say, I didn't think so. I want to take a look at anything above 60% because we should have quite a few more of those now, and start talking about colonization. 80% vacations should get this planet. Colonize, it's not within our borders. I forgot to click that. Well, that's a bit more sad, but okay. 90% Caucasians, Malcorians. How about the Antosians, Nelvans, Denobulans, Betazoids, Malcorians? God, I don't know if I can find any Malcorians. You Malcorian? No, you're Antosian. It's close. Malcorian. What are you? Nomadic? Charismatic. It's tempting. So the way that I have been expanding in the past is trying to get disadvantaged species higher population, so they'll show up more. Technically, the better thing to do would be taking traits that I like and putting those people all over the place. But Trill are the lowest population continental preference, so any continental worlds we're going to be seeing here, we're going to plop down Trill on them. If, that is, I can find Trill to plop down on them. Give me Trill. Okay, there's one on Earth. We go here. Milana Prime. Trill. Here. Probably. Alright, not just Trill, all. So Sigma, Draconis, Struve. Who would be happy here? Aurelians? Alright, let's look at Arid. Who are our lowest Arids? So Sona and Laurelians are neck and neck, so let's give one to each of them. So Sona... This one. There you go. Yeah. And Laurelians. There you go. Right there. There we go. Cool. Yeah, it's a little bit more micromanagey, but that's a much better way to hunt down who I want to put where. The barter system is way the fuck over here. Yeah, no, that is not something I can mesh with. So, the Devore also at war with the... Ooh. Hey dog, you want to be a protectorate? Although it pains us greatly to surrender some of our sovereignty to an alien power, we shall agree to become subject to human rule. Yeah, goddamn right! Okay, cool. I'm happy about that. I didn't even think that was a possibility because we... well now we sort of border them, so that's why they're willing. Cool. The downside, and this is a notable downside, is they border the Borg, and the Borg are eating the Kravik, the Twaxians, and everything up here, the Vladimir. So the Devore are probably gonna be up for assimilation soon. It'll be an interesting opportunity, let's say, for us to move in and intervene and see if we can save the Devore. If we can, then we might be able to push the Borg back, or at least have some war for once in this campaign. We'll see how that goes. Maybe not well, but it's interesting. Alright, well, that reminds me that we now border people who are not in unions. Oh, no, not really. Jesus, fucking everyone is in some sort of union or another. The Tholians are independent, but the Tholians are not into being a protectorate because they have a very hostile attitude about us. But the Orions and the Brigelians are in a federation. The House of Osto,
You honor my house.
because of your claims on the Klingons and their claims on you, that's not happening. Okay. Yeah, except for the Talaxians. Nope, that's Borg Collective. You're at war with the Talaxians. Yeah, the Talaxians are not going to exist very soon, because their only worlds are being taken over. Okay, rest in peace, Talaxians. Dominion, not into it. Ossican Hunters, too far away. The Herc, not gonna happen. Alright, so this has taken pretty substantial damage. We've completely lost armor and shields on some of these. A couple of these heavy escorts look like they're close to dying. What dealt that much damage there? Autocannons. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. The material composition of this asteroid, YZ9863 in the Marian system, differs significantly from its neighbors, has a different origin. We've seen that same generic text used for a number of events. Well, it seems that what battleships could not do, heavy escorts have done. Granted, the battleships were pretty worn out, but so were these heavy escorts. Yep, that sells me on it. I'm absolutely sold. Heavy escorts today and tomorrow and forever. Watch them go up against the Borg and just crumble. I regret this severely, but I'm thinking That's what we should do. Nope, not what I meant. Okay.
Construction complete. Survey complete.
Finally getting some wrapped up borders in here. Corpulite asteroid. We've seen this event before, haven't we? It's a piece of fossilized species. Weird. I didn't think any events were repeatable now. Guess I'm wrong. We have a couple new planets that are colonizable. Let's go into our expansion planner. Arid. The Wilrillians were the lowest population. Though I'd be happy to get more Vulcans, if I'm being completely honest. I'd be happier to get more Vulcans. Wow, we have some very mixed tiles in here, don't we? Let's plop you down here and see what happens. Alright, and marshland. Who are our population? Antikins. Yeah, okay. Antikins and Morali are pretty close, but Antikins are a slightly smaller population. It's a pity this isn't in alphabetical order, but I think it's in order of acquisition. Antikins right here. Delightful. Really, that's it. That's all. Okay. Don't want to sound too disappointed there. So we're done with one fleet of heavy escorts. They're repairing and they've proved themselves. I'm building a second fleet of heavy escorts right now. I have this third fleet of battleships. Now battleships seem like they have a role, but they're so damn slow. Their hull points and armor signify they should be able to take a significant beating, and it looked like they did, but they just weren't putting out the same kind of damage. If we can only have 5 battleships in a fleet, that's a total output, damage output for the fleet of only 500 damage. Whereas 8 heavy escorts, each putting out 140 each, gives us a much larger number. What is that? 146 times... Google 146 times 8 is over 1,000. Yeah, it's doing significantly more damage output. Now, if I were to make a fleet and put in it assault cruisers, how many of these could I fit in one fleet? Yeah, prefer to teach. 4. Okay, 4, and your damage output is what? 207. Now, you don't have the hull points, not exactly, that battleships do. Significantly less, in fact, you have less armor, but your damage output is significantly more. So 4 times 207, it wouldn't be the same damage output as our heavy escorts, but it would still be noticeably more. I don't know, I haven't reached a decision on that, I'm just trying to think out loud. Subspace shifting storage techniques, there are multiple dimensions. Why not use that fact to increase storage capacity? With the right processing technology and subspace field generator, it might be feasible to store qualified materials in a subspace pocket, or via to another normal place. What? Or via to another normal place? Doesn't seem the way to phrase that. But that's okay. Structural next stage quantum torpedoes. Yeah, I'm leaning heavily towards ditching the battleships, going with assault cruisers, and if I went with assault cruisers, I'm tempted just to go for more heavy escorts. This is a sad disappointment. Not to be too harsh, but it is a disappointment, and a harsh one at that. For now, I'm just gonna save up minerals. Our mineral cap is now 35,000. I'm gonna keep improving planets, but that's it. I'm gonna keep colonizing as well, but for the most part, I'm cutting myself off. Meridian diaspora is at 48%. Let's give another high intensity focus. Lambda Serpentis should have the Stroop system. I'm not going to want to manually control that. You should also have the Trappist system. I'm not going to want to manage that directly either. I'm just future-proofing work here. That's 19. I probably want that. 24. I might actually. I will want that. What are you? 17? Get out of here. Size 15? Nope. Size 11? Nope. This is size 20 something, so I want that. How big are you? 23? Yeah, I'll keep it. Oh, this is getting real messy. Having a hard time at a glance telling what's in and what's out. That's size 12. I don't want that. Size 16. I don't want that. 13. I don't want that. It is exciting that there's so many potential worlds left to settle.
Anomaly detected.
That means more science output. It's immediately what it means to me. Like, good, I can build science there, and good, excellent. The barren and lifeless world of Sapad 2 is showing signs of having once supported a biosphere. So this is going to be another one of those, isn't it? Alright. We can have Caus Borealis. I think we're good. Yeah. This has a rogue planet. I'm not crazy about it. You can have it. This has size 9 irradiated planet. You can have that. That's it. That's all the planets in here. There. Is that everything in here? It is not. Berengaria has a size 9 planet that I don't want. And I think Bannister and Harness. Ooh, Harness I want, but Bannister I do not. And Roni is size 20. I'm not. They're size 20s I'm not controlling, so I'm not going to want that. Preservation. Governor level cap going up. Could be nice. Environmental diversification technology, which grants you access to the medical base science vessel module and the Hardy Pioneers colony ship module. Yeah, let's get that. I don't think I'm going to use that. Let's take a look at what they do before saying no. The medical bay? Onboard medical bay can improve the growth speed on the surface of orbited worlds. No. Colony ship, what you got? Hardy Pioneers. They will clear 3 tile blockers upon colony foundation. And that's not bad, actually. That's really not bad. That saves me a lot of time. Research team, however, still has my vote because it gives me research points, and it's the only thing that does.
Construction complete.
Get you Roni. Kill Patrick. Can I go around Harness? If not, we're going to have an issue. Not now, but in the future, we're going to have an issue. Because I want Harness. Okay, well, that's a problem for the far future. Talon doesn't have anything it could take.
Construction
Who is
complete.
this sector? Is this Alcina? Yeah. This is size 13. I don't want that. And this is size 9. I don't want either of those. So you can eat those up.
Technology discovered.
Delightful. We have temporal mechanics. We have temporal Spitfire, fire rate plus 18. I'm going to look at applying those real quick. High focusing time crystal array. This targeting array uses time crystals in order to enable precision targeting. While normal crystals repeat their pattern in space but remain unchanged in time, time crystals repeat themselves in time too, enabling us to utilize the crystals to target objects at optimal locations in time. That's stupid. I like technobabble, but that's dumb technobabble. And in fact, we can see where they are the instant they arrive, with no effect from time dilation. What? Sure, yeah, okay, whatever, we'll get it. We'll get multi-phase discriminator, armor penetration, not that great, and interface modulator, shield penetration, not that wonderful. But interesting. I'll give you that. Interesting. Heavy escorts. Yo, so temporal Spitfire. Okay, so we can either... Damn, Dervish device gives us a 20% weapon damage bonus. It's real good. Temporal Spitfire gives us an 18% increased fire rate. I think, all things being equal, damage is more important than fire rate. Because if I'm firing 18% more, I'm doing 18% more damage. And I'm potentially hitting 18% more things as well. So it's an 18% accuracy bonus. Well, not accuracy bonus, but if you can either do 20% more damage or hit 20% more often, which would you want to do? I would want to hit 20% more often. So would I rather hit 20% or 15% more, or 18% more often, or... God, that power usage is absurd, 90. So clearly the Temporal Spitfire is the thing to go with here. If we can power it, I'll switch over to it. If we can't, and it's looking like we can't, I'm not going to, because I can't. Even though we are producing a lot of energy from the per-game reactors we have plugged in here, might not be enough. Wide pattern... Shield damage, variable phase. Huh, okay. Well, what I can do is plug in the Higgs inertial dampers, which raise our evasion slightly, noticeably. But we can't while it's being built. I'll come back to it later. Maybe if we can sort out some sort of more energy efficient warp core, but I don't think that's going to happen as we have transwarp drive. This is a terraforming candidate. Yep, you got it. I'll colonize it later, or terraform it later. Okay, get that. You. Carrera is done. Move on to Kester. I'll have to wait a couple of months until you can actually build what you need to build in Kester, but let's move you there. The core is entirely ours. We can start moving out onto this arm a little bit. I'd prefer to move back and fill in these gaps we've created. What's our piracy risk at? 3% still? Damn. Just by having lots of open borders, I guess. So First Fleet is still in construction. The Fourth Fleet is repaired. Let's find some busy work for you, Fourth Fleet. Won't be that hard to do. Yep, here we go. Send you down to Thalos. Well, if I sent you straight to Urtok, yeah, you'd go to Balosny first. Balosny. I like these. I'm so torn on what I should do with the battleships. I'm thinking I should just get rid of them. I do not know. They're nice, but they're not that nice. Okay, assign leader, Merritt Glover. Alright, continental world just opened up for colonization. What is our lowest continental species? Is still the Trill. Go in here, colonize. I know, because I remember there are Trill on Earth. So we'll just plop this in here, and away we go. The Third Fleet can be upgraded, but they're not even good punching bags. They're pretty decent punching bags, but they crumbled on their own. They absolutely crumbled. And when they were fighting alongside destroyers, it was the destroyers getting blown up, not the battleships. So I don't think they're doing their job that they're specialized to do. Just frustrating because I want them to be doing that job because it's cool. On the other hand, if they're not doing the job, then I shouldn't be keeping them around to do that thing. Assault cruisers might walk that line a little bit closer. So yeah, goodbye Third Fleet.
Construction complete.
You got any more pirates for me to deal with? I mean, probably. Yeah, definitely. Fleet manager. How expensive would this be? 27,000? Oh, I can afford that. Really, I can afford that. But only 4 assault cruisers. So this further condenses the problem I was having with
Construction complete.
with battleships. Battleships have a lot of guns. At least they have 7 phasers, 3 photon torpedoes, 4 turrets. These have 6 phasers, well, 6, 7, 8 phasers, 3 photon torpedoes, 2 turrets. So they shoot less. They do more damage. They take less damage overall. Yeah, I can't decide if I like these or not. I'm thinking just going with another Defiant fleet, which is sort of lazy, I know, especially because the assault cruiser tech came later on, so the game probably weighs this as being a better ship. But I don't agree with the game in that context. So that's up to date. 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 All these weapons are up to date. Looks like it. No, these photon torpedoes are Type 8. These are not rapid fire photon torpedoes. Interesting. Well, how about that? Accuracy 80%, accuracy 85, 85. Can I get more accurate? Now 85 is the best we get. Tracking 50%, tracking 30%. Yeah, these are the most accurate torpedoes. So even though the average damage looks less than this, the accuracy is better. 85, 95, 85. Shuttlecraft phasers, 7.03. They do half as much shield damage. Well, they get... Why do shuttlecraft phasers look like they're better? They might just be better. Range of 50, range of 40. They're okay. Damage, 17 to 23. Damage, 22 to 30. So less immediate damage. Cooldown, shorter cooldown. So these fire more often. Accuracy of 85, accuracy of 95. So these hit more often. They fire more often, they hit more often. They do less damage, but they fire more often and they hit more often. Their tracking is 10%. These have a tracking of 0. These also have a tracking of 0. So even if they miss, they have a chance to hit. That's really good. Range of 50, range of 40. These, range of 30. So these are higher range, so they start hitting earlier. I guess we put shuttlecraft phasers on here. I'm not happy about that. And the power usage is higher. So yeah, I guess shuttlecraft phasers 4. Because it's phaser 4 and this is phaser 3. So that might be why they're so much better. I hope that's why they're so much better. This increases armor in hull points. Shield emitter increases daily shield regeneration. Now, shield regeneration is what? 4.5. Increasing that to 5, well, actually, adding 5 more would double that. Pretty good, but our armor's pretty precious. So, no, this is what I want the Defiant to look like. I'm happy with those. We need better phaser cannons. But everything else I'm pretty okay with. I'm gonna say no on this new fleet design. Yeah, fuck it. Just more heavy escorts. Escort is... I just want heavy escorts. They're so damn good. Very expensive, but they are incredibly good.
Survey
At least
complete.
they fit my sensibilities. If we start running up against the Borg and they crumble, I can look at what they're not doing properly, what the problem is, and make changes based on that. But for now, I'm pretty happy just letting it be. Bum, 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 bum. Let's have you start moving up to Galvin. I know I should be closing up this area down here, this bubble down here, like I was talking about, but push the frontier, man. Because if you don't, the Borg will. Yeah, automatic exploration. We've done mostly enough in here. Well, maybe not. Once all of these are surveyed, then I can probably let these go, especially if this gets dealt with.
Survey complete.
Okay. Anomaly. Sensor echoes have indicated the presence of some kind of unidentified object deep within the atmosphere of this gas giant. Unmarian 8. Neat. This is wasting so much time to be researching stuff like sovereignty that may or may not actually have any effect on the game. Alright, we're about 5 minutes out from the hour, but because of crashes, I'm running a little behind where I want to be, so I'm going to put in a cut here. Save. Save. Don't crash. Don't crash. Hell yeah. Well, this might do. Yeah, save. Hell yeah. Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube, you know what's up. Stop by again tomorrow. There'll be more up then. Make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, etc., etc., etc. You know what's up. I'll see you tomorrow. YouTube. I almost said Twitter. Toodaloo!